Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I wanted to do just a really short video for you today. Unfortunately I've got a load of things on this weekend and I'm not going to get a chance to do any proper carving, but I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on our two little kuksas we've been making. Now the last video you saw, which probably would have been last week for you, was actually recorded about 3 weeks ago. So I did a few videos on over one weekend. I've been away at weddings and things the last few weekends, so I've had those set up to sort of automatically upload. Now because of that, these have been sitting in their little carrier bag. And to be honest, I haven't even thought about them, and what I should have been doing is at least once a week taking them out for a few hours, letting them air, changing the plastic bag over to get rid of all the moisture, and I haven't done that. So really I just wanted to make this video because I'm not going to get a chance to do any carving, just to show you kind of what happens if you're sort of halfway through a project, you forget about it for a bit. So basically these are the kuksas, and certainly on the inside you can see a lot of mould and just general nastiness has grown in there. The outer sides are not quite so bad. I'll show you them one at a time. But again, you know, they're starting to season now. You know, you can hear it hasn't got that kind of greenwood sound anymore. The reason I wanted to show you this is I think a lot of people would come back after a few weeks, look at this and go, oh no, throw these in the bin and let's start again. And actually I have no intention of doing that. These are all perfectly salvageable. I mean, really there's not actually anything wrong with them, it's just a visual thing. And I think a lot of people are put off, especially when you're storing things in plastic bags, which is what I do with all of my work. And you can get that kind of mould and mildew and just general nastiness building up on there, and people think, oh no, it's ruined, let's throw it away and start again, and you really don't need to. Now it's a couple of things to look for sort of at this kind of stage is just give everything a bit of a squeeze. You know, poke it with your finger, give it a bit of a squeeze with your hands. If anything has gone really spongy and you're able to sort of make indentations in it with your fingers, then it probably is a little bit too far gone. Now this, although it doesn't look very pleasant at the moment, it's actually perfectly fine. And the same with this one, there's no spongy patches. Now one of the reasons for that is I always leave a bit of a gap, maybe kind of 1 inch to 2 inches big at the top of my carrier bag to allow the moisture to escape. It just restricts how quickly that moisture leaves the bag. If you left it completely open, the moisture would escape much quicker, the wood would dry out quicker, and then you would get things like splitting. But actually if you look at these, you know, although they're starting to season quite well, there's no splits, there's no cracks or anything along that nature, especially here on the end grain, absolutely no problems. So what I'm going to be doing, hopefully in the next episode next week, I'm going to come back with my knife and a few other tools and just start refining these down. It does make the process slightly more difficult when they're no longer green because they won't carve as easily, but they're still perfectly carvable. So really, in lieu of being able to show you some carving today, I just wanted to give you a little tip, and I do this quite often. You know, I'm often making several things at once, and I'll put each of them in their own plastic bag, and unfortunately, you know, you forget about them, and just because you've forgotten about it and they start to look a little bit unpleasant, let's say, doesn't mean that they're ruined and doesn't mean you can't carry on working on them. And one of the benefits, and you know, when I start carving out this bowl, we may actually find that there's some really nice sporting in there, which will just give the thing a little bit of character. But that was it, guys, just a little tip from me, especially if you're new to carving and maybe you've kind of started off, you've left it somewhere, you've come back to it and thought, oh no, I really haven't done what I should have done. That's generally not the case, and most things I find, especially when it comes to things that have been left in storage, as long as they haven't split, they're generally salvageable. So anyway guys, just something for you to think about. Hope it was useful. If you want to have a little discussion about it, you want to ask any questions, stick them in the box below as usual. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks guys.